Так, продолжаем. Погнали. Ну, сейчас, скорее всего, босс будет этот дракон, или кто он там, блядь.
Then, let the ritual begin. And now, the objective is such as what Professor Anaxa always says after preparing for an alchemical ritual. Pollux, I shall lift you from the river of souls and reforge your soul. But if even the slightest trace of your soul remains, the soul that once ferried me to this side of the shore, Lady Almanette.
Did she recognize you? Oh, she must be the first soul we can get.
I'm afraid she is just another spirit trapped here, like the rest of them. The only Please, go on. I'm listening.
Yes. You're just as smart.
There's no need to worry, Elder. Take a look around you.
The world of the dead.
I understand that you chose to remain silent about the story to protect Casterus. But you no longer need to hide that story. I can assure...
Oh. Well, in that case, Styxia, the pearl of the ocean, plagued by from where you stand now.
Indeed. I cannot imagine that those from the era Chrysia...
I have pondered.
Journeys and epics are only glorious and magnificent, because all things... But I still can't take that as the final answer.
I take it the one who spoke. However...
Please enlighten me, Lady Almanette. Though I have all your words might truly guide me toward the path.
You and I are neither warriors nor generals. But what if I reframe it like this?
Love.
No one ever invented the word cherish in the era when life was eternal. The so-called era Chrysia was an age devoid of both virtue. Perhaps the people of Styxia chose to embrace death, but instead became fixated and obsessed.
Therefore, death is...
That's right, Casterus. It is the reason we shed tears when if you truly intend to deprive...
I understand, Lady Almanette. Our limited lifespan shapes all that we know and love. Not even the Dynastia's love was the chrysalis of gold's first blessing. If the world was bereft of death, then the Queen of Styxia and I would never thank you, Mother. I will use all the love I've experienced in this. My teacher, Anaxagoras, grant me the wisdom of all things. I call upon thee, the stripped dead dragon's corpse. Rises from the earth, falls from the sky. As above, so below. This is the greatest power of all powers. Unstoppable in this world. The great work that commands all death. I shall grant you embrace. Is the girl who once saved my life truly gone? Or will you show yourself again, once as we eradicate this hatred and regret.
Festival. Time for a good old counterattack.
As you wish. I shall remember this moment.
Destined for oblivion. I weep for the departed. It shall fall.
Embrace a new life. And I know you're anxious. Shh. Don't be afraid. There's no more need to weep in grief. I will grant you peace. Be careful. They may be moving by instinct, but there is fury welling up within them. Please, don't turn back to the nether realm. Oh, death. Sleep in peace. I'm sorry I have to wake you up from ancient death. And I know you're anxious. Shh. Don't be afraid. Do you remember me? I'm the girl you once carried across the Sea of Souls. I'm sorry I wasn't able to remember you, but with the help of many people, I'm back, Pollux. I know this might not be what you wanted. But I have to do this. So please, carry me across the Sea of Souls again and return me to the Nether. Please take me to where the core flame of death rests. I'll be going now. They may look scary, but as long
What's wrong?
Are you...
What's wrong with him?
His time is almost up. If I don't go now, I'm afraid his soul will return.
What? Oh no! Is there anything we can...
Don't worry. I promised I would ask Thanatos for the Trailblazer's right. Mem, stay here and keep a close watch until I return. All right?
All right. Go on, Cass. Make sure not to leave yourself with any regret.
It's a deal then. Please. Wait for me.
After all, you still ended up back here.
So the legends were true. The Netherrealm really—
Yes. Just like the flower fields we tended to back then.
Is that you?
Do you remember?
I don't have the memories from that time, but I've seen you before.
I see. Call me Thanatos, then. It'll... However, since you recognize the name, you...
Yes. I'm here to reforge.
You know, my sister was a sympathetic, but rather sensitive person. Whenever she didn't want to say what was on her mind, she would... Just like what you...
Can you tell me about the last era? What did you do, Polixia?
A long, long time ago, there were a pair of like-minded twins, but fate was cruel. The price of attaining divinity was to take the life.
That trial was indeed recorded in that memory.
Then you should already know that my sister voluntarily gave up her own life. So that I couldn't accept that. Why did we have to kill each other for a future she'd never see herself? That's not fair. So, while weaving the laws of the new world, I shattered. I reshaped my sister's soul and took the... But our fates were already decided. Aging is an unbreakable law of nature laid upon humankind, created at the same time as death. If the Reaper raises their left hand, the soul is granted death and allowed to enter the Netherrealm to await reincarnation. If they raise their right hand, the soul is rejected.
That's why the Hand of Shadow can only lay down judgment.
Yes. Death was originally a pair of hands. The half of Thanatos that represents life. The undying human who grants death. That.
Then, what about you?
As the half of Thanatos representing death, I shoulder the fate of defying death. From then on, my Titan also no longer existed in this world. The cycle, what irony. My selfish desire to save your life gave you and the world. Then, what was left of my reason was left behind in the Netherrealm, where I've been taking care of these flowers day after day, until there is now a sea of them, all while mulling over the subject of life, death, parting, and enduring an endless loneliness.
Fate is absurd indeed. Our lives were a mirrored image of one another. We walked different paths, yet
I had hoped. I'm sorry.
I lived my life well. It didn't go to waste.
Even though I forced the authority of
Too many responsibilities were forced upon me in the course of this long journey. But I realized recently that if it weren't for your blessing, I wouldn't have understood the source. I wouldn't have made it here to reunite with my missing half. I wouldn't have understood the meaning of our existence.
The meaning of our...
This sea of flowers blooms on dead land. That's why Thanatos cannot create living beings at will. Because the life and death of mortals should...
Are you saying there's no point?
No. No single being can bear the scale. Life and death weigh equally heavy.
You, too, must have. We've taken quite a ridiculous journey. I had a feeling, even back then, that we would meet again one day. Not to embrace one another after a long separation, but to come in search of retribution. Tell me the answer that's already been written, and let us draw. It's been far too long. I've waited here for centuries. I always hoped I would see you among them, but...
I know. But don't you see, you don't have to shoulder death's authority on your own anymore. So, let's give our core flame to him, and have him take it back to the mortal realm. Our responsibility as Thanatos was never about picking out favorite souls. Let's tend the field together. What do you think, Polix?
Yes, just... You shall wither, and through that, the dead will sprout again, from as foretold by the prophecy. Thanatos' our fated moment has arrived.
Just like before.
Yes, just but unlike that time.
You've made up.
Yes, as dictated by fate. Complete your trial in this life. Grant me the embrace of death, and light the spark of life. You've been tempered by life and death, like a raven butterfly, flying swiftly.
I will. After this, the cycle of life and death will flow once again.
Just one last thing.
Of course.
Please, don't forget me.
I promise you, when we meet in the next world, even if I have endured another reincarnation, even if we do not know each other's names, I will still hold you tightly in my arms.
Casterus, you're as beautiful.
I will bring rest to death. And from now on, stagnant life will once again flow.
Time flies. In the blink of an eye, the fifth... When this farce is over, your soul will be placed...
No need to ask so many times.
Then why do you drag your feet?
I simply find them too noisy.
Such harsh words.
I couldn't agree more.
Oh. I didn't...
I know myself better than you think I do. At the very least...
And they say, man... Well, that is
Should I thank you for the compliment?
The hour of the trial has come. Do you have an answer for me?
I suppose there is no point in putting this off any longer.
You were saying that Amphorius is his...
Indeed. The demigods that bear the core flames eventually become the new titans at the world's end. Remember what happened on the Holy Mountain? Unfortunately, while their journey is consistent with ours, for all the pains I took to reach this point, I had already lost hope of that is, until I met a girl. If Casterus was truly sent from the past to the present for the Titan's self-serving reasons, if the Twins of Death can bridge 2 cycles to reunite at the shore...
Well, that is all well and good, but how can you be so sure?
It matters not. The most important... Besides, I, Anaxagoras, am dumb. Let us go and teach those pathetic worms. Fine. So they are leaving the final debate to him.
Let those Chrysos heirs who started this terrible war, let them hear the voices of...
As always, that woman knows how to stir up a crowd.
Professor Anaxa, I thought you'd pass on.
Everyone must cast their vote, or this assembly would serve no...
Prof, do you truly think it's wise to entrust the...
Akama has stood strong under this system for 1,000 years. But that is not what you're asking, is it? What you really want to know is Aglaya making the right...
Nothing ever escaped...
I didn't spend all those years teaching you for nothing. Most people...
To tell the truth, I feel like I'm on my way to an... So...
No, I don't.
I thought so.
Because that question is not yours to ask in the first place. Is Aglaya entrusting the world to you the right decision? Don't make me laugh. Listen up. I'll say this only once. Flip your perspective around and ask yourself this instead. You still have time, so give it some thought. Tell it to those begging for salvation from the gods.
Thank you, Professor.
That's Anaxagoras to you.
Who will you be?
That'll depend on how well you perform. They certainly...
I actually don't necessarily...
Elders and citizens, silence, if you... Finin of Ides Elysiae. Virtuous...
Much obliged, Lord Lycus.
I remember him. He's the penniless lad working for...
Where's Lady Goldweaver? Why is she sending this guy to give the last speech? Is this really the...
Can this dude really face down kindness?
I actually don't...
By Kephalie above, as you look upon me, I see your fear and misgivings, your apprehension about the discord. Yet, before you contemplate something as grand as the fate of the world, I ask that you look closer.
What?
Ides Elysiae, my beloved hometown, is a village forgotten by time. It is a place, how I wish I could invite all of you to that paradise. Far because she, and all that she nurtured, all that I loved. I will never forget the day the black tide struck. My father, Hieronymus, fought with a broken sword to his last breath to protect his child. Galba, he was a hunter. But in the end, those arms that once drew a bow instead embraced. And what of Livia, her daughter? Did she make it out alive? No, she didn't. They kept saying the same thing over and over. Why, Finan? Aren't we the best of friends? That is the black tide. A looming threat that can bring Akima to its knees any time. Much as it pains me, I must disappoint you. While the demigod of strife has done everything in his power, by now the name of that black-robed swordmaster, the Flame Reaper, has likely echoed throughout the city already. The roaring thunder is a message from the strife dem.
Lies! If such a powerful enemy is indeed approaching...
Exactly! The city of Akuma shows no signs of pandemonium or chaos. And why is that? No! This peace we enjoy is no gift of fate. We are able to stand here today only because the Chrysos heirs have stepped up and shielded Akuma from calamity. With her The Council of Elders claims that Aglaia will one day forsake the people because her divinity is eroding her body and soul. But ask yourselves this. Rather than offering her the answer that no one can bring themselves to speak of. A truth stained in blood and buried in greed, fear, and vanity. Allow me to lay it bare before you. It is because the Council of Elders, which bears Akuma's history and honor, along with this citizens' assembly we once took so much pride in, are now infested with...
You insolent whelp!
It is true that Aglaia has reached her limit. Why? Because she has been working tirelessly to weave the defenses of our holy city against the encroaching evil. Not once has she ever failed Akuma. Yet these vermin attempt to tear her apart, tarnishing her name. They attempt to mislead you and reduce this assembly to a crude standoff between gods and humans. But citizens of Akuma, examine them closely. Beneath all that finery, do you see the good heart of a... Make your judgment, then turn your gaze to the demigods, whom so many of you regard as cold and merciless. Do you not see? Yet, no matter what your answer is, and no matter who your vote goes to, for Aglaia, Tribios, and I will remain your faithful guardians, and this vow will stay true until the end of our days, where a steadfast and unwavering promise.
He's absolutely right. The Chrysos heirs have only...
At the present time, on the scales of Talentum, those who call for each faction holds an equal share of votes, resulting...
As expected. This is the moment when the flame chase journey is the...
And now, it's you.
Is there anyone else who hasn't voted?
No, you're the last. Cast...
I have long since...
Very well. May you...
Who will hear from die is cast? Die is cast.
You've done well, Finan. Given the circumstances, delivering a rousing speech to stir up emotion. Thank you all for your patience. On behalf of the 7 sages of the Grove of Epiphany. But before that, in the interest of fairness, Lady Goldweaver, will you, as Finan has promised, stand by the decision made in the Assembly, regardless of outcome?
In the interest of fairness, I make no promises.
Very well. I thank you.
What's he doing?
The stakes are high. Let's be patient.
the act! Who do you think you are wasting our time?
Lord Anaxa, please do not forget.
Rule number 1. Do not call me Anaxa.
Just vote already. What are you waiting?
Your vote. Cast your vote.
I cannot help but wonder, is every hardship in the world something you will exploit?
How else am I supposed to make use of this situation? Oh, Circes. Or should I say Calypso? Let us journey to the Netherrealm and see how she will substantiate the answer to your question and validate mine. We need only to follow the sound of the tides.
Phew. Well done, child. Just as I foresaw.
Teacher.
What a twist of fate. A blasphemer raised in the doctrines of the Veneration.
I respect you immensely, sir.
You cherish the truth even more. So, child, do not be troubled by the criticisms I have. As the sage of the Venerationists, go forth for the... Go now, child. Your lonely pursuit. And when you reach the end of this journey...
You have my word, sir.
May Circe safeguard your thoughts.
You are right, Empedocles. May we meet again.
What are you waiting for?
Silence! Behold, Circes, here at the center of the world. For this place is but one step.
Professor, I completed the proof you wanted.
Thank you, Castorus. The answer is plain as day. My vote goes to the Flame Chase journey and nothing else! Elder Kindness, I have deciphered the truth of this world!
With the balance shattered, the result is clear. By...
No! Lygus, you can't! Anaxa, what have you... I hope you are prepared for the harsh punishment awaiting you. Mark my word.
Have you forgotten?
You put on such a grand performance, just to aid their...
Performance? No, you are quite mistaken. If you really understood me, Lady Kindness, you'd realize that I never had any interest in your pathetic little game of politics. Because I, and I alone...
Lady Kindness, with all the citizens here as witnesses, we should honor the spirit of democracy. I have observed that Akama has chosen her destiny. This citizen's...
You!
It seems not everyone is ready for the assembly to end. By your leave, Lord Lygus.
Elders and citizens, your attention, please. Stay. What is this performer up to now?
Just moments ago, all of you made a decision on the fate, but I regret to say that I still harbor doubts about this outcome. Tell me, who among you dare swear to Kephales's name that Era Nova will truly welcome the fairy tale ending that the Chrysos...
Nonsense! That's impossible!
No one? Must I pick somebody to... Very well. You, the one acting so wise and profound. In front... No? Fine. Next. You.
What are you trying to do?
Useless. Your turn, then. With that...
Hey! Mind your tongue!
So, no one? I see. In that case, Finan, answer me this.
Professor, what are you doing?
Let him continue with his performance.
Will you look at that? Even Finan and Aglaya lack the courage. And what's even more absurd is that no one but I can promise you this new world. And yet, the Assembly passed the resolution. But you needn't worry, because I knew better than to trust you good-for-nothings. That is precisely why I am here today. To give you one... Now listen up and listen well. I, Anaxagoras of the Grove of Epiphany, hereby declare... everything that the Flame Chase journey promises is true! Finan of Ides Elysiae, the prophesized demigod who shall succeed Kefali, will reforge each and every one of us in the new world with his complete intact...
What?
The core flame-bearing titans were the Chrysos heirs of yesterday. And the Chrysos heirs who carry the core flames today will become the titans of... All of our souls shall endure for eternity in the miracle of the World-Bearer. And all under Kefali's protection shall step into that new world.
This is pure blasphemy!
It's impossible.
What? Are you saying that we must bow down to you and worship? Enough, you blasphemous imbecile! How dare you try to deceive us with all these lies?
I told you, don't interrupt me. But since you've asked, I shall be kind and indulge you. My statements... You heard me correctly, everyone. With the tacit approval of kindness and the Council of Elders, I fused my soul with a god through alchemy and learned the truth behind Era Nova.
What is he talking about? Isn't that pure blasphemy?
I, the vile, wretched blasphemer, deserve nothing less than death for my sins. And the Council of Elders, which granted me consent and aided in committing this atrocity, should...
By the gods, even kindness has betrayed.
The kindness. We're carefully involved.
I had no knowledge of his transgressions. He did that on his own. The Council, Lord Lygus, as the esteemed Theoros, are you going to simply stand by and allow the Council of Elders to be dragged through the mud?
If the accusation is true, I will acknowledge it. If not, my conscience stands unburdened. Lady Kindness, the repercussions await those who fool the people, and punishment must be meted out on those who abandon their vows.
You...
Lady Aglaya, the Gold Weaver, I humbly ask that you take on the responsibility of overseeing this judgment in the name of the... Considering the circumstances, and in accordance with Akima's Codex, as the only demigod among us, you shall rightfully...
The honor is mine.
How is this permitted?
Elders and citizens, silence. Anaxagoras of the Grove of Epiphany has made his statement clear. As per Akima's first, Elder Kindness of Akima and Lygus the Theoros stand accused of neglecting their duties, and in the names of Talantan and Kefali, Akima is to form a committee before the 7th action hour to conduct an investigation and...
Yes! That's what we deserve!
Curse you!
Now, concerning Anaxagoras of the Grove of Epiphany, in the names of Talantan and Kefali, the accused must be allowed to hear the people's voice prior to the execution.
Professor.
Let him die! Let him die! Let him die! What decision will he...
Enough with the hesitation, Aglaya.
Let him die!
Then, in light, O to Lantern on high.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. I bore the name of Castrus while walking among the mortals. And now, I stand as the demigod of death, the living side of Thanatos. Welcome to my realm, where the west wind ends. Every departed soul who has arrived here has expressed the same. Did you know? Every flower here was planted by Thanatos himself. These flowers were originally both lifeless and immortal. But in the first... And it is my duty as the Master of Death to tend to their well-being and foster their growth in this serene haven, similar to the structured cycle of life and death in the mortal world. These flowers too shall wither and fade, returning to the earth and then ascending to the sky with mist and tides. Eventually, they will descend to the mortal land as gentle rain. Yet, sadly, there's no time left for Emporius to wait for when the Now, death is the power at my fingertips. It once led the souls of the deceased here, but I shall open the gate of the netherworld. In exchange, please, take the core flame of death with you and complete the flame chase journey. Do not... Just like the other demigods, I will stay here. That being said, it is not easy to guide a lost soul back to the mortal realm. The whispers of death are sweet and alluring. If you're determined, please consider this a one-time exception. I will do everything in my power and for your life, the only life I can save. I am glad to hear that.
Over here!
I believe in you.
Lift your chin up high and step forward with us toward tomorrow!
That's right. Keep your eyes on the dawn.
Onward. Show me your courage.
Partner, we shall become heroes together.
this is proof that you once lived. Your soul, your memories, the years you've journeyed through, and the path. So, continue onward. Do not stop moving forward, and do not let her sacrifice and the support of all who have stood by you.
Over here, friend!
Take my hand. Let's go home.
At last, I knew you could do it. Your soul is still perfectly whole, as if some kind. Is it Orynyx's final blessing? Or is it a miracle of your own? It's truly incredible. Perhaps it is fate, once again fulfilling its own design. It seems that this is the riddle with the sensation of becoming a demigod is truly wondrous. Do you recall that prophecy? At the end of the sea, I promised you that I would do everything in my power to I can finally end it in the wish I once sought, but could never grasp is now within reach. Every touch, every embrace we share, they will radiate with an intense. The other shore is very cold. May I borrow your warmth one last time? Thank you for fulfilling this wish of mine. The place I'll be going to is what humans call the Land of Sorrows. But with this heartbeat and the residual heat of this embrace, I shall turn the nether realm into a gentle place of rest. This embrace may be brief, but it's the proof that I once lived. Farewell, then. May we reunite in the new world.
That grand and absurd performance was what you've been seeking your whole...
I gave up everything in search of truth. You, on the other hand, performed as I expected. You did not hesitate.
Crave power, like a fly craves...
Those are your words.
But what you said at the end, did you already know what I had planned?
I may have lost an eye, but my vision is clearer than anyone else. You've nearly exhausted your humanity. You're no different.
That's true. I've long since burned to ash over the past 1,000 years. Only he...
So, this is our last chance. May I resonate with your core flame, Aglaya?
Please do.
That's... impossible.
Just as you fight to lug your corpse onward to complete your unfinished goals, until Finan grows into his position as the prophesied leader.
I've long predicted this was the case. How ironic. We would have avoided, but casting aside our ideological differences.
Finan.
Yes. He was born to be a hero. He understands the hearts of the people. And sadly, he is a man cursed by Nestia.
Congratulations are in order.
When you put it that way, it makes me want to take back what...
Aglaya! We're back! Come welcome our great hero reborn from the ashes.
I hope he didn't hear your earlier.
It wouldn't be the first time I criticized him.
I'm gladdened. But I don't see Castris among your number.
It looks like she not only helped me prove my theory, but helped you fulfill your mission as well.
I agree.
She might not have been able to change her fate, but she's still... Trinin, please, recite the prophecy for us. Trailblazer, please surrender that scalding core flame for us as well. You are the only life she ever saved by her own hand in her 1,000 years on this earth. I believe no one is more qualified for this noble task.
O gods who have returned, and gods who are still watching, today we bring you a soul laid bare. The hand of shadow, Thanatos. Remember, there was one who joined hands with the Titan. A traveler risen from the dead and reborn among mortal kind. O Majesty of the 12 Titans, we seek your divinity to mend the rifts, fill our bodies with blood of gold, till we wither in willing service to the... Step forward, trailblazer from beyond the sky, and together with us, surrender the core flame and carve their star into the sky.
Constellation for death.
For life and death, to be more precise.
Look! It's...
No, it's only a divine echo. I think she's here for the trial.
What did she say?
That's the language of the Casterus. No. They said, I have illuminated the cold shadow of death.
Onwards. For your path to the future is bright and its flame eternal. Do not forget.
She may...
I won't...
Professor, you...
What's with that look? You were... So, let's get this execution over with. We wouldn't want to bring shame to Akima's
You never change. I don't understand. If your theory is correct, you'll lose all
Of course there's a point. Even if it goes without saying, I'll find a way to retrieve memories of my past life.
I still don't really understand what you said during the assembly.
Then allow me to tell you right now that what exactly are we? My answer is that the Christ... So, what are we when the very essence of the world, our souls, are...
Is that what New Sporism?
Correct. Once our physical bodies are born, we become new extent. Just as seeds are affected by their environment, so too will our appearance to destroy our very existence. That person is you, child of Kefali. So, carry everything of this, and especially, don't...
Anaxa, I swear to you.
Good. That is all I have to say.
Farewell, great performer. May Cersei's...
Are you satisfied, Honorable Titan?
Very. I hereby swear I have borne witness. Thus, I shall confer upon you. You shall transcend the peaks of
Oh, so that's a god's prophecy. It sounds like you just Cersei's.
Well, you've already transcended.
That is true.
But I do...
What is it? Maybe...
As you've so boldly stated, we and the world itself... If that is the case...
But, since we should allow the children of humanity who come after us... Rejoice, Cersei's. Sow the seeds of suspicion in the new world with your soul!
And now, the objective is complete. That is all.
Thankfully, she's still alive. Was March 7th also in this condition when but she still woke up naturally. I do not have conclusive evidence. Perhaps March 7th's... Think about it, Miss Himiko. What will happen when... Unfortunately, short-term memory is an entirely different, but an individual who has lost their ability to remember. The belief of the Garden is that everything in this universe can be interpreted through memories. The past is made up of memoria, while the future is up. Therefore, when a person is affected by... Is Miss Himiko suspicious of... In other words, now is the time. That's not a problem, of course. The true reason behind my intention. A world that can only be seen through the Garden's mirror. They might unleash their wild ambitions and I chose to remain quiet before. You can be even bolder with your guesses. The people that I'm talking about, I cannot be certain. I am deeply sorry about what has happened to March 7th. But the deal that I propose, Miss Himiko, the wisest choice right now... Let me take back a part of what I said just now. Although we indeed struck a deal, it seems like I have involved you in some unforeseen danger. It's fully Their gaze has just swept.
Oh, how interesting. I never expected a mere memo snatcher to be actually hiding so much inside her head. What's even more interesting is that the word Amphorius has appeared in her
This lady seems to be having fun. Is she...
It's, hard.
What are you two whispering about? Has it not occurred to you that I...
Please pardon me, Madam Herta. Would you...
The ones who need help are the Astral Express. You will have to put up... Let's get back to the topic. By using the fourth mirror, I rummaged through the brain of this memo snatcher and learned not only does this person know of Amphorius, but there are also I searched through her consciousness and found the following terms. The Eternal Land, the Rejected.
It seems like Miss Black Swan is...
Since I'm not able to find any useful clues from the outside, why don't I...
You're planning to head to
Yes, but not in the flesh like you all foolishly did. See these Herta mirrors? With them, I can project my data spirit entity to any corner of the cosmos through spatial. But of course, these corners of the cosmos must be within the coverage zone of inter-astral peace communication.
I see. You do seem like the more...
Although that star zone is not within the network of the IPC, the Express itself can serve as a signal stick. Then, sit back and enjoy the show. All right, now that everything is ready, mirrors, get to work. First mirror, input the coordinates. You'll be in charge of the space.
As you command, the preparations are complete.
Second mirror, prepare for the thought refraction. This time, raise the power.
Okay, I won't fail.
Third mirror, you're in charge of generating the data spirit.
I'm... What?
Good question. Forget it. Just use my own appearance. Fourth mirror, you'll be in charge. It seems like I have nothing for you.
Ah, standing by again. That's so. Next time, can you count down from 4 instead?
Preparation of the data spirit entity complete. Thought refraction at max power. Excellent. First...
Have a safe trip, Madam Herta.
May your journey yield good results.
Coordinates input complete. Spatial warp countdown. Warp activate.
Oh! So that's second mirror. Prepare for thought refraction. It's time to send me in.
All right. Please read the safety protocol.
Can't you hurry up?
Yes, ma'am.
I didn't expect it to be so turbulent. I should... What a magnificent... Let's see. Perhaps... What's this? A statue? Oh, I finally found... How esteemed must you be for the great Herta to come out personal? What's this? Oh, it moves? Who are you? It's either a projection or a fake. There doesn't seem to be much to take note.
My deepest apologies, esteemed lady.
Who's there?
Your visit, although not part of my calculations, is a pleasant surprise.
Are you not going to answer my question?
I have many identities, and I'm going to have it like Curtis.
All right, Lygus. But you can't possibly think that I'm just...
Regrettably, I do not have the authority. However, standards are always flexible, while not violating the ultimate agreement. Now, please, kindly turn back Amphorius is not a world that you should be involved with.
You seem to understand me very well. Then you should know that...
Your reaction is completely within my calculations. Despite my long years as a watcher, but my answer remains unchanged. Madam?
Let's assume for a second that I'm not so well-mannered, and that I insist on uncovering the secrets hidden behind. How do you plan to dispel this?
Within the scope of the ultimate agreement, there are 178,200. After filtering through them, I have determined that I only require 3.
Oh? I'm all...
First, for reasons that cannot be disclosed, Amphorius is a completely...
That's not a good argument.
Second, if your plan is, as you've alluded to, just like you, I have basked in the gaze of the
Oh, no wonder I couldn't find a back door. When I did a scan of our surroundings, the safety
I assume that you still wish to hear the...
Of course. Why?
Third, even if you exhaust all, you will surely give up once you understand the consequences of your actions. After all,
What a brazen robot. You'd think that, but since you put it that way, why don't you tell me what these...
It concerns the third path that is entangled with Amphorius, the destruction. So, you will break the shackles of a Lord Ravager.
Ну что ж, сутка закончилась. Блин. Да. Окей. Пу-пу. Открылся ивент. Окей. Это прикольно. Ну что ж, сюжетку мы закончили. Я вот не знаю. Вот этот ивент я, скорее всего, записывать, может быть, и буду все-таки, потому что он, скорее всего, интересный. Хоть его по факту нет смысла записывать, потому что он старый. Ну, пофиг, посмотрим. Это, скорее всего, записывать не буду. Мне кажется, вряд ли там что-то интересное прям будет. Так что, скорее всего, вот этот ивент я буду записывать точно. Ну вот это, если не ошибаюсь, симулятор этого, я не знаю, есть ли смысл его записывать. Так что я не уверен, что я буду его записывать. И вот этот я тоже не знаю, буду или нет. Ну чё бы и нет. Как по факту он как вот этот будет, вот этот. Но я его не записывал, потому что времени было мало. Так что я не успел его записать. Ну, короче, сюжет мы закончили. Так что, по факту, ну, увидимся еще в Honkai, скорее всего, потому что в Геншине все еще сюжета, скорее всего, не будет пока что. Вот в Зеносе, в принципе, в Зеносе скоро будет еще... Блять, что я хотел сказать, блять. В Зеносе, в принципе, будет сюжетка. Как раз таки будет это... Вивиан или как она. Так что, скорее всего, буду ее даже выбивать тоже. Здесь, по факту, пока что тоже ничего делать. Ну, скорее всего, как будет сюжетка новая, буду здесь тоже записывать. По факту, пока в Зеносе и в Honkai буду записывать. Потому что в Геншине пока что хрень. Да, еще и тут... Я скорее все-таки попробую хотя бы Е1 выпить, потому что она все-таки неплохая по урону, так что да. Ну а так, увидимся в Honkai еще. Скорее всего, будем проходить вот этот ивент. Ну еще вот эти два, если они будут интересны. Ну вот этот я скорее всего не буду проходить. Если по виду я не уверен, что он будет таким уж интересным, как вот эти. Так что увидимся. Honkai. Всем пока-пока.